It says it is streaming. See if it's working.
You're good.
Good?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see if I can pull up the chat without any problems. Couldn't do it last time. Nope. It says error. Dadgummit. Alright. Let me go send the link to this in the Discord. Let everyone know. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Market is open tomorrow. Surprisingly. Thought it was going to be closed. I just sent that out in the Discord. Let me get Spy over here. Let me get this pulled up to make the watch list for tonight. Date is 10/14. We're gonna do pins. What's the other one I'm looking at? Spy, QQQ, IWM, crowd, pins, and hymns. Alright, cool. Alright. Before I get started, can everybody please like and retweet the stream? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Liv. Gonna give it another minute or so. So Spy, QQQ, IWM, crowd, pins, and hymns. Those are the 6 that I am watching this week. I'm watching another 2 as well. Higher quality setups, I think, on these 2. Those I've already posted in the premium Discord server and for the subscription here on X. So I'm looking at these other 2 big names this week to trade. So hopefully we catch some decent movement on these 2. Still let me pull up the chat right now. Always says error. So please like and retweet the stream. Let everyone know we are starting. So Spy continuing to just make new all-time highs. So the only ceiling above is obviously the previous all-time high to potentially whatever other day it is. So watching this here on Spy for the daily. So previous high is 580.33. Obviously that's going to be where I'm going to put like the top one. High of this candle 574.71 and the low of this candle is 574.50, so I like that. So I mean 580.50, or sorry, 580.40 and 574.40. What's this daily high? 574.38, yeah. turn this on right here. Cool. Not the best 4-hour setup. Looks a little bearish in my opinion. We have a midpoint here around like 577.50. So that down to what, 573 area. $578 is the, or sorry, 579.50, 579.60. Let me mark that. Alright, so going into the next session here for SPY, it looks like 579.60 up to that previous high, around like 580.4-ish, and then 574.45 down to 573. That'll be my support. We got this midpoint right across here in the middle is around 577.55. So going to be watching that along with that daily, those trend lines there on the high and low. So watching it kind of work its way up into this wedge right here. But yeah, this will be what I watch here on SPY. Very simple for right now. QQQ, looks like I already got my bottom zone here. And my top zone here. A midpoint here, which is 592. So for QQQ, very simple as SPY. 593.75 up to 594.50. So that's 75-cent-ish area. And 590.2 to 589.4, that 80-cent-ish area. And a midpoint right across at 492. So that'll be my resistance, that'll be my support. For those that don't know kind of how I trade using support, resistance, supply, demand is, so my call trigger is holding above the zone. So if I want to go long, whenever QQQ rips back up here to these previous highs over here, I'm not chasing calls, I'm going to look to go short for the rejection and then take this thing back down, because as history repeats itself, whenever it's tested up here in this area, it gets a move back down here closer to that 492. So initially hitting near these highs, I'm not going to think it's just going to break out and go higher above those previous highs. Risk to reward says to attempt the short first if it shows that it's rejecting and showing that sellers are present. The only way I will go long is when it breaks above it and it pulls back and buyers show that they're present here doing the SR flip of resistance being to support and then go to new highs after that. That's essentially how I trade. And the same thing for support. Every time it's retested here, it's gone straight back up to the zone at the highs. Very quick both times here on QQQ. So retesting down here, I'll look to go long. If it breaks and holds underneath 489.4, then I go short. So that's what I'm watching there on QQQ. It's in a squeeze on the daily. What are we seeing? Downside. Currently moving downside. Watch this here on IWM on the daily. It is above the 921 EMA with a very strong green candle after a hammer candle down here on Thursday. I mean, that was a beautiful long spot. I mean, what's that? 228. I think that's going to be a big, really big spot. So that 225 is going to be humongous. If IWM hits 225, I'm going short. And then you got big support down at 215. So I think I'm sure there's going to be some levels between this, but on the larger time frame, that's kind of what I see here on IWM. Let me screenshot this real quick. Go down to the hourly. Yeah, you got this level here. Level here, and one right across the middle here. That'll be my call trigger. Got another level here. You got another one down here, 216-ish area. I think I'll use that 218, like 50-ish, 218.60 area. So for IWM, if it breaks above 222.64 to 223, most likely it's gonna go to 225. Where's 220? 220's up here around that midpoint. I just gotta adjust that a little bit. So I think that's what I'm gonna look at on IWM. What are you looking at, dog? That'll be my support. So resistance 222.6 up to 223 will be my resistance on IWM, and my support will be 219 and 218.50. Break and hold above that, go to 225. Break and hold below that goes down to 217. So that's what I'll be watching there on IWM. All right. Again, the other three I'm watching are Pins, Hymns, and Crowd. Let's see if it lets me pull the chat up now. So Pins is interesting. I don't really trade Pins that much, but still won't let me pull up the chat. I don't know why. Alright, so for Pins, you have the daily chart here. So you have the purple line right here, which is the 200 EMA, which usually can act as a good area of support or resistance whenever it's tested. So, and the fact that just this level right here, which is around the 34.50 to like 35, I think is going to be a really tough spot. So you got the 200 here on the daily, right? Go to the weekly. You got the weekly 200 EMA and the 21 EMA right there within like 15 cents of each other. Then after the weekly, you go to the monthly. You got the monthly 9 EMA right there above it as well at 34.4. So I think this spot right here around 34.45 is just going to be a tough wall right here, at least for a rejection back down to 33 than 32. So this got a lot of strong EMAs on the higher time frames. You got the monthly resistance right above it. You got the daily resistance right here, and I skipped the weekly. And then weekly is the big one. They're sitting right there, both above it. So looking for a rejection and resistance here at 34.45 to take it back down to 33 and then down to $32 on pins. CrowdStrike, crushed this one. Weekly green hammer candle off the 9 EMA was the first tell. Daily hammer candle closing high above the 9 EMA was the second tell. And then the overall structure of that chart on the daily and weekly just looked like a nice either bull flag right here. I initially saw that and then just zoomed out and saw like a potential cup and handle here with the huge gap fill upside to 316, 336. So I was able to catch a good portion of this right here. In premium, we took 350 calls for November 15th. Twice, actually. The first time took them, I think, was around the first break of this flag here. And I'm getting stopped out the next day back at entry and then re-entered later on around the same price. It was like 190. I think the fills were 194 and 196, and they went over 5. So good trade. Now it's in the gap, and there is still a gap to be filled to the upside on CrowdStrike to 336. So looking to potentially get back into that trade and take it higher to that 336 area. Above that, it can really get moving to 360 and then 380. So really like CrowdStrike on the larger time frame. Really like this strong weekly chart that it has right now. So would like to fill the rest of that gap. Last but not least, HIMS. So HIMS, go to the 4 hour here. So 4 hour, put this on the chart post earlier. So on the 4 hour, getting a nice, this is what I mean by like when things are tested at the 200 EMA, just right where it hit that purple line, got bought up very, very nicely, ripped straight back up, and then the next 4 hour candle ripped even higher, closing above the 9 and 21 EMA, also closing above this trend line, where if you mark the two previous highs, it broke above that. So instead of rejecting and putting in that lower high, it's trying to go higher here. So I really like it above, like probably 19. Let's mark 19. Kind of like this level right here. What's that? 18.85. It's the high of this candle. 8.6. It's the high of this one. 8.5. We'll just leave that there. So probably around that. We'll just mark that zone right there, and these will be the targets. So above that zone right here, let's drop it down to the 15-minute. Looking to take it higher. Then 19.2. So this will be my initial resistance, approaching to that 18.85 to $19. And then what I want to see is a break and base here. And that'll be where I take my calls, which will be here. So I've already sent the original chart for this out. So that's what I'm looking for HIMS is there. So above 20, I mean, this thing can rip pretty high. I guess I can get these things off or get them out of the way at least. So really strong daily candle here above the 9 EMA, but I really like that 4-hour chart. I really like the hourly here as well. So if it rejects the $19 area and it pulls back, I would look for this pullback down to here, whoopsies, which is like 18.3. And when it hits 18.3, I will look for it to bounce and potentially create an inverse head and shoulders, and then try to take it back upside. So you got this dip here, and you got the head right here that's being made, and if it pops up here and it rejects, pull back down to 18.3, see if buyers are going to step in, push it back higher, and then it's going to create this inverse head and shoulders here on the 1 and 4 hour chart. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind as well. So SPY, QQQ, IWM, HIMS, PINS, and crowd. Let me get 19, 18.3. Pull crowd back up. $322, $313. Mark that 313 spot right there. If it starts to break below that, it can drop down a little bit lower, so that'll be a put trigger for me on crowd for potential downside. Pins will be 35. For potential downside, it would be here, which is 33. IWM. Just putting together the rest of the watch list triggers in there. I did on this one. 223 and 218.50. QQQ. 494.50, 489.40. last but not least is SPY. 573 and 580.4. I've already sent out some trade ideas for some other charts this week that I'm watching. 573. To you guys in the Discord, and then also to the X subscribers as well. So I've already sent 2 trade ideas, what positions that I'm looking to enter into this week based on those charts that I sent. Again, there's 2 other names that I'm really looking forward to trading this week, or getting into a position. And one of them getting into a really long-term trade, getting into a swing trade. So I've already sent those ones out earlier today, so you guys should already have those ones. And just finished doing the watch list as well. Let me download it. See if I can pull up the chat before I jump off. And download. Let's see. Sweet. Watch list is downloaded. I'll put that in the Discord and then also on the X subscriber page in a second. Man, X sucks. Well, let me pull up the chat. Alright, just put the watch list in the Discord. My dog's got the zoomies. Put HIMS, WM, QQQ, and SPY. Alright, let's put all those charts in the Discord as well. Wearing a sweater today, it's cold. Yeah, I call this my homeless man jacket. But it is. I think it's like 50. What is it right now? Well, it's not too bad. It's 60. The other night it was 55 degrees out here. So obviously watching Tesla and Nvidia this week as well. I'm currently in some Tesla here. So, oh man, that trend line break. Is that daily? Yeah, trend line break, close under, rejection of the 921 EMA and close under. Yeah, I sent it straight down. So, go to the weekly. So the weekly for Tesla, there's an inverse head and shoulders, even with Tesla here. Tesla can come down to $200, absolutely, which would be a perfect freaking buy opportunity for me. But yeah, you got a nice inverse head and shoulders here on Tesla. So as long as it's holding above 200, I like it. I like it. You got this area here, which seems to be a pain. I mean, even more directly, it's up here. Seems. So definitely keep this in mind for Tesla. on the larger time frame. So I am already in a Tesla position currently for December, and then looking to add more if it gets down to the 200 cycle level down here. I think that'd be a good dip opportunity. So NVIDIA, these are not those other two, by the way, that I was talking about. I think NVIDIA here is setting up for a very explosive move to the upside above this zone right here. So looks good. Looks like a potential ascending triangle breakout here. Then a squeeze on the weekly, which is trying to now curl upside. So I'm also in a NVIDIA position for December as well. So. But that's it for me. I'm gonna go inside because it's cold. Time for me to pull out the sweatshirt. It's great weather. Yeah, I don't mind the cold weather. I don't like snow and like really, really cold weather. Like under 30, not for me. Not for me. Alright, so the guys in Discord have already posted all those charts in there along with the watch list and with the other top 2 setups for the week that I'm watching. And that'll be it. Gonna be on Spaces tomorrow morning with Wolf Financial, and then just be in the normal Spaces on and off throughout the week, and then obviously be live trading every single day in the premium Discord. Thanks for the charts. Ready for a great week now that I have internet. Yeah, I'm glad that you know you were having issues last week. So I'm glad you got that back, Techwood. So, oh yeah, we're going to have a great week. We're going to have an amazing week. So, alright, for the Discord guys, I'll see you guys in the morning on the live stream for the live trading. And then I will catch everybody tomorrow. Again, I'll be on Wolf Financial Spaces at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that'll be it.